Hi guys, Glader here, and today I have another video about GGDBF, which I'm now calling Good Game Database Format. And this is a library that we're going to try to use to create rich relational databases in memory on game clients for static data that have a binary representation, probably like a file, instead of having a dependency on any database engine or endpoint. So today I'm actually going to do a little bit of live coding. I don't normally do this. I'm going to be showing you some code, how I make stuff in real time, if anyone actually cared. And we're going to be doing something quite simple and just implementing this interface on a particular data source. We're going to take this data source interface and we're going to create a Entity Framework core implementation of it. We'll want to keep this agnostic because to the data source provider because we may in the future want it to be different. I don't want it to be different, but, you know, if anyone uses the library, maybe they want it to be different. So the first thing we're going to do is create a new project so that we can keep it separate from everything else and not have a dependency on any framework core, which would be a disaster in Unity 3D. So we're going to create a new little library. We'll call it data source. And we'll call it, yeah, that looks good. Yeah, I think that'll look good. Yeah, there we go. I don't know why it asked me that. Maybe that's new. I just updated Visual Studio. There's usually an option just for Net Standard 2.0, but here we are. We're going to take this interface you see right here, and we're just going to create an implementation. And there we go. I know it doesn't work. It'll throw an exception, but, you know, that's the first step. So now we need a dependency on any framework core. Hopefully Visual Studio is smart enough to know what I'm trying to do here. I don't usually use this feature, but maybe it'll work. I don't think this is the one that's used anymore. Let's just go ahead and reference it manually, unfortunately. It's hard to remember. Yeah, this is a different version. I don't know why it recommended 1.1.0. So here's the tricky one. It's a bit hard to tell which one you want to reference. A lot of people aren't targeting that standard 2.1, so probably want to target something in the 3 range. Yeah, net standard. So this is good. This is what I'm personally going to target. You know, I'm not moving on from net standard 2.0 yet. Sorry, it's just not happening. I'm not going to go on I'm not going to go on a rant as to why though. But okay, so let's go ahead and create a little prop. That does seem okay. There we go. So this is going to be the main aspect of it. We need the Entity Framework Core DB context, and now we need to retrieve all the models. You know, because this is we only know the data source, so we just have this interface to the data source and the other parts of the code. And now we just need to create this specific Entity Framework implementation. And Entity Framework makes this quite easy to do, actually. You can create a set like this. And, yeah, so this should actually work just fine, I'm pretty sure. Ah, shit. Oh, we're probably missing a class constraint. Yeah. We're gonna have to go back into the actual interface here. Add that. Silly me. There we go. That should be fine. And we'll, of course, have to await this operation. So that's pretty much the implementation required, believe it or not. Oh, wrong button. That's all we have to do. We just need to gather the content from the data source. And we'll name this Entity Framework GGDBF data source. There we go. I think that's spelled right. And there we go. Now we've got ourselves, oh, probably should have hit the yes button for that. We can do it manually. And it's always good to add a little bit of, documentation, just so the next person maybe understands what the heck's going on. That's great. Alright, so that pretty much should do it. We just need a collection of all the data models, and in other places in the code we're going to do some transformations on them, in the case where you have foreign keys or navigation properties, but we don't do that here. And this is another step forward towards the completion of the GGDBF library. So that's exciting. We got to write a little bit of code, just a few lines, but it was cool, it was fun. And now we've got ourselves a data source implementation that we can pull data from. And there's a lot more. There's two other main steps that need to be done to get the data in the form that's required to create the database, but that's the step one done here. That's good. So thanks for watching this video, guys. I know I don't make a lot of videos like this, just because I'm pretty sure they're not popular. Nobody wants to see them, but thanks for watching this one if you did, and I'll see you in the next one.